last week I shot a module for our course on self-sabotage.
Mm.
But I wrapped the whole entire thing up and drifted into 3 or 4 videos on imposter syndrome.
Hmm.
One of the points I made in that, where I felt like I was not the expert, and so I really wanted to have this conversation with you, this question, was through the research that I did and how much more sometimes, not even in ministry, just in life in general, but in maybe leadership, corporate, especially in leadership roles, we all walk into a room. They say we all, that's hyperbolic. I walk into a room, sometimes even of friends, like even sitting in our circle in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
as much trust as there is there. There are even times when we're having a roundtable discussion sitting around a fire where if the conversation comes to me, I'm still thinking like, how do I not answer this and sound stupid? Because everyone around this circle is smarter than I am. I always
Mm-hmm.
feel that. And which is ironic because I convened this circle. So I really should get dumber people around that circle, you know. So, talk
Oh.
about self-sabotage. We'll quit inviting all the smart people to the table. But I do. I feel like that. I mean, I've kind of always felt that like that most of my life. And I know it's not true, right? I, I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm pretty intelligent. I actually said that in one of my modules. I looked right at the camera and
Very
said, "I am a very intelligent person,"
good.
you know, and I'd look in the mirror and say, "You really are. No, you really are. You really are." No, I really am. But that doesn't mean I don't feel like an imposter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't, how in the world did I even make friends with all these people? How did this even happen that I got to have these kind of amazing relationships in my life that they will actually take a week of their life and hang out with us all together, in a little retreat setting.
Yeah.
My point was there are times that I think that even it can be even, you tell me if I'm wrong, more difficult for women in a
Mm-hmm.
pastoral, heavy male laden profession. It's got to
Yeah.
be true.
Oh my goodness.
To
Absolutely.
feel like I don't belong here, even though you've got the chops in
Yeah.
any way, every way.
Oh, and to be actually told you do not belong here.
Mm,
And that's, when it's you you begin to question, do I mean, I experienced this a little bit in academia, so it's there, but very much so in the church. um, and just early on in ministry, there weren't many women in youth ministry on
hmm
church staffs. And I remember discovering, so I was leading a team at that point. I was about 24, leading a team of 3 staff people and about, I don't know, 30, 35 volunteers. We had about 100 and some kids in our ministry. So, um, trying to figure out what I was doing, and found out that one of the people I was supervising was getting paid more than I was. I had a degree, I had experience. He did not have a degree, but he was married and wanted to buy a house. And I
That's how we
remember,
put together the pay schedule.
oh, that was it. And I remember, here's my mom, who does not, at that point, did not believe in women being in ministry as pastors. And she said, I don't care. You need to go fight. You need to fight not just for yourself, but for the women that are going to follow you.
hmm
And going into the meeting, and um, the can I say bitch? Can we edit
You
that out
just
if
you
it?
you you just did, and we don't bleep anything out of this podcast.
But it's,
We
well,
haven't
and
we haven't yet until today.
there's always a first. Oh, yeah, way to break the ice. But that, I mean, that being, having that word, just, it wasn't explicitly said, but it was just kind of very
It was
strongly inferred
yeah. hmm
that if you pursue this, this is, and going, oh, okay, that, as a young female in church leadership, going, that I can't bear that word. um, and there's just that sense that, I fight for this, or is this just not a good fit for me? Is this not the right place? And so every step, you don't have that network around you that's saying, yes, we affirm this call. I wasn't given a lot of opportunities to preach. It's
Hmm.
like once every year to 2 years. And so you don't get good at that
No, you
if
can't
you're like,
hone anything that way. You can't prove or validate yourself,
no,
publicly.
yeah, yep.
And
And
then
so it's like,
you're criticized for your lack of competency.
yes, yep.
Yeah.
And there's nobody coaching you or nobody coaching me until finally in the end, I had somebody who was basically cleared paths for me. And at that point, I'd been in ministry about four years or so, and I was leaning way back because I just was getting so beat up, and there was nobody saying, "Yes, you can do this." And this gentleman, Keith Kruger, still friends with him, and he said, "I don't care. You need to be in front, and our students, our male or female students, need to see you in front." And so allowed me to make mistakes,
Hmm.
you know, and but encouraged and coached, and that was huge.